Imagine spending $18,000 to install solar panels on your home. The salesperson promises huge utility savings, but then they hit you with the hidden expense, the storage. You need a large lithium-ion battery bank just to use your own energy after dark. That's another $12,000 out of your pocket. The worst part is it lasts only 10 years, maybe 15 if luck is on your side, before you have to buy a new one. You accept the steep cost because it is considered standard. Solar needs batteries, and batteries drain your wallet. But back in 1953, a Swiss mechanical engineer designed a residential energy storage unit using a spinning flywheel. It cost a fraction of a chemical battery, stored the same amount of energy, and could run for more than 80 years without losing any capacity. No hazardous chemicals, no replacements, ever. That exact machine is still operating today. The science is fully recorded in mid-century engineering logs. The reason you think lithium is your only option is because a $63 billion global consortium buried mechanical storage. Why? Flywheels do not wear out. They eliminate the endless replacement cycle that fuels the massive battery industry. I will explain the precise physics that lets a spinning metal disc hold kilowatt hours indefinitely without chemical decay. I will show the patent proving a household flywheel can replace a lithium bank for mere pennies. I will name the Tesla insider who attempted this in 2007 and the leaked memo that killed the project to protect battery profits. I will present evidence showing ordinary people have built these units for years, matching a $12,000 Powerwall using just a few $100s in basic materials. Corporations pushing doomed batteries have suppressed this technology. This is not experimental science fiction. It is proven physics that predates modern batteries and still outperforms them completely. In Holmes County, Ohio, in 2021, Levi Herzberger, a 56-year-old Amish man, needed a way to store energy from a small solar system he set up for his workshop. He rejected lithium batteries because of the high price and their limited lifespan. Instead, he discovered flywheel technology in a 60s engineering manual. He built a working prototype with a 40-pound steel plate, some reclaimed automotive bearings, and a motor generator from a scrapped hybrid car. When fully charged, the disc spins at 3,000 revolutions per minute, holding 4 kilowatt hours of usable power. He charges it with sunlight during the day, and at night, he draws energy to run his lights, tools, and refrigerator. The total cost? $290 in scavenged materials. It has been spinning nonstop for 3 years with zero loss of capacity and almost no maintenance beyond annual bearing lubrication. He will never need to buy another unit. He is puzzled why every solar home does not have one of these as standard equipment. A flywheel stores energy using rotational inertia. An electric motor spins a heavy wheel. The faster it rotates, the more energy it stores. When electricity is needed, the system runs backward. The spinning mass drives a generator, converting physical momentum back into electrical current. Capacity depends on 2 factors: the wheel's weight and rotational speed. A 40-pound steel plate at 3,000 RPM stores roughly 4 kilowatt hours, the same as a Tesla Powerwall 2, which costs $11,000 and loses 2% of capacity each year. The flywheel costs less than $1,000 T-beacon power, and similar projects failed because they could not survive a market designed for subsidized lithium. Big Auto was pushing toward electric vehicles, and they wanted lithium to dominate. Bankruptcy records reveal a harsh reality. Utility companies chose batteries over flywheels because batteries required service agreements and replacement parts. Batteries generated ongoing revenue. Flywheels were too permanent. They solved energy storage once and for all, leaving no extra profit to extract from customers. Consider the math. A lithium bank for your home costs $12,000. It loses capacity each year. By the 15th year, it is useless and must be replaced. Over 30 years, you spend $24,000 just to keep the lights on. Now, compare the flywheel. It can be built for $800. It never loses energy. In 30 years, you might spend $150 on 3 sets of bearings. Total cost? $950. That is a $23,000 difference for a single house. Across 3 million solar-equipped homes in the U.S., $73 billion in battery revenue would disappear if flywheels went mainstream. This is the entire annual income of the energy storage divisions of Samsung and LG combined. The technology is real. The physics is solid. But the business model cannot handle a product you buy only once. If this sounds like complex aerospace engineering, consider this. You have been led to believe flywheels are complicated because you are meant to think batteries are the only option. In reality, people have been building residential flywheels in garages for 70 years, using salvaged materials and basic mechanical skills. These are not exotic components or state secrets. What is hidden is that these systems run reliably in homes across the country, mostly built by those who refuse to accept a $12,000 lithium battery as their only route to energy independence. They used old car motors or industrial machinery from closed factories. No PhD was needed, just the information, which has been erased from every solar blog, green energy magazine, and sales pitch. These systems work. They last indefinitely. They are not offered because a permanent solution is bad for business. In 2015, MIT published a comprehensive study comparing energy storage methods. Lithium, lead acid, and flywheels were evaluated across 5 categories: price, lifespan, energy density, maintenance, and environmental impact. Flywheels excelled in lifespan and had the lowest lifetime cost. Lithium won on density, being more compact, but failed on longevity and ecological impact. The study concluded flywheels were superior for home use, yet they were absent from the market because no company produced them for consumers. Not one solar company implemented the findings. Not one battery manufacturer funded follow-ups. The research remained buried in academic journals, never reaching paying electricity customers. In 2003, a research team at the University of Texas at Austin developed a flywheel unit specifically for residential use. Dr. Michael Lewis, leading the project, documented every detail: performance data, parts list, safety information, and cost breakdown. He posted the proposal was discarded and never mentioned again. This was not an isolated case. Between 2000 and 2010, researchers at Berkeley, Purdue, Carnegie Mellon, and Oregon State all released studies on home flywheels. Every single study demonstrated that flywheels outperformed batteries in cost and lifespan. Yet each of these papers vanished from public archives within 18 months of publication. Not because the calculations were wrong, but because they threatened a $63 billion market. Research into these studies shows a consistent pattern. A study is published, interest surges, people start sourcing parts, and trade associations intervene. They leverage liability claims, patents, or pressure university donors to silence the researchers. The outcome is always erasure. This is a systematic removal of technology that is too effective to be profitable. For you at home, this means you have been presented with a carefully constructed narrative. You have been led to believe storing solar power overnight requires a huge investment in volatile chemicals destined to fail. You are told mechanical storage is outdated, clunky, or unsafe. The truth is it can cut costs by 95%, operate for your entire life, and needs almost no maintenance. It relies on the same proven physics that have powered heavy industry and large power plants for over 100 years. The reason it has not reached your home is simple. The battery industry profits from repeat sales. A Tesla Powerwall generates income every 12 years when customers must replace it. A flywheel is a one-time purchase that pays for itself, ending revenue for manufacturers. A business built on repeat sales cannot survive a product that lasts indefinitely. Do not expect glowing reviews of flywheels in solar power world. SunPower and Sunrun technicians will not recommend a spinning steel disc for your garage. Their teams are trained to move the battery inventory supplied by conglomerates. Tesla will not acknowledge it either. Admitting that a mechanical wheel is superior would expose their multi-billion-dollar energy division as built on a fragile model. The truth is not in marketing. It is hidden in mechanical engineering textbooks from the 1950s, public patent archives, and bankruptcy filings of. Please leave your thoughts about this content in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.